Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to L Boxing. We're back again with another process of elimination, POE. So this one we're going to talk about Amanda Serrano and her late replacement. So yeah, this one's kind of tricky, but it's interesting to me because on short notice, it's kind of hard to find an opponent. You know what I'm saying? For a regular, regular fight. But on short notice, 2 or 3 weeks it's kind of hard. So we're going to dive into that and see what we can find and who can be the potential late replacement. So as of now, they haven't announced her replacement. So we're going to see. Before I get into everything, I want to salute everybody coming through the building. Make sure you guys tap into the conversation. I appreciate it. Salute to the playback. Make sure you guys hit that like button as you come on in. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get to it. Yes, sir. So this is interesting to me. So you guys, I did one with Richardson Hitchens last week where we just talked about his potential opponents. We haven't seen the announcement for him yet. It's looking like it's Jermaine Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. But this one right here is interesting to me. He said those POE segments. Man, I appreciate you, bro. He said I finally caught live from the start. UK, what's good with you? UK crew checking in. Salute to you, man. Appreciate you from the UK. Salute to you. So yeah, this is like I said, this is interesting. So we have Amanda Serrano, one of the greats, you know what I'm saying? All time greats. The accolades is crazy, as you guys can see right here. So this is what we know. She's coming off of back-to-back losses to Katie Taylor at 140 pounds. I thought she actually won the first two, but Katie definitely won the last one. But the first two fights was basically toss-up fights. So she's moving back down to 126 featherweight, where she holds two titles, the WBO and WBA. So she's trying to get back in the groove because, you know what I'm saying, she is coming off a 2-fight losing streak. Um, so she's fighting in Puerto Rico January the 3rd. So her original opponent is, Erika Cruz. Erika Cruz tested positive for a banned substance, right? These ladies fought a couple of years ago in a great action-packed fight in New York City, right? It was an undisputed fight. Great fight. You know what I'm saying? These ladies put on a show. But just recently, Erika Cruz tested positive for a banned substance, clenbuterol. So that's the one. That's the drug that's in the meat down in Mexico. The one that got Canelo a couple years ago, well, almost 10 years ago. So they raised the level of that. But it looked like Team Serrano don't want to take the risk to do the research and all this stuff. They're going straight to another opponent from the article that I read. So I'm not sure if you guys tapped in with the article on Boxing Scene this morning. I'm gonna pull it up real quick. There's some clues on there that actually helped me out with actually selecting a replacement opponent. So I just want to show you guys what I saw. Maybe you guys saw the same thing, but we're gonna tap into it. Yes, sir. So it's like when you get as you guys know, when you get a late replacement, anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? Who going to take the fight on short notice? Who has a visa issue? Who has a good visa, passport, medicals? It's a bunch of shit that goes in play with a late replacement. Now that shit goes in play just making a regular fight. But with 3 weeks notice and a fight in Puerto Rico, you got ladies flying from all over the country. Can they get out their country? It's a lot of dynamics that goes into this, men and women's boxing. But we're gonna touch on it. Tay in the building, what's good with you? My man Hakan, what's good, man? I appreciate you coming through. I appreciate you. What's good with you? I know you real tapped in with women's boxing, man. It's good to see you in the building. Appreciate it. So just to take a look at it, this came out uh, late last night. It seems like, right? So Amanda Serrano's manager, Joy Maldonado, the thing that caught my eye, he was saying that she will fight because that date is important. Fighting in Puerto Rico, as you guys know, last year in March, Amanda Serrano had to pull out her fight with Nina Miki. That was a unification fight. She had to. Well, no, it wasn't unification, but she had to pull out of that fight because she got a hair product in her eye, so she had to pull out. And that was a big blow because it was a homecoming fight. So to make up for that, that's why they're going back January the 3rd, and it's a big card too. Especially if you follow women's boxing. I mean, Amanda is kind of leading the way on MVP and like the ambassador for MVP. So it's a stacked undercard with a bunch of women fights. Holly Holm is fighting Stephanie Hunt for her world title. You got the return of Raquel Miller, the return of Ebony Bridges. I mean, you got a bunch of ladies on the card, and they want to keep this card. The thing that kind of stood out to me, a couple of things, what he said. He said the new opponent will be younger than Amanda, so that kind of erased some of the names, as because I'm gonna talk about the rankings as well. We're gonna look at the WBA and WBO rankings, but that gonna eliminate some people. So look, I know the low hanging fruit is for us to say Tierra Brown. That's the best fight in that division at 126. But I mean, we going off of this. Tierra Brown is actually a couple of months older than Amanda Serrano. If we want to be technical, and plus, I don't think that fight will happen either. I'm just throwing it out there for you guys. He said she has a winning record and she's more dangerous than Erika Cruz. So that had me thinking. There's only a couple of ladies that you can choose from in this short amount of time frame that match that criteria as being dangerous and better boxers. So we'll see. And also too, another thing caught my eye. He said he want Amanda to have a war in Puerto Rico. So when we think about fighters and where they from, where they have like where do fighters come from that normally have the most classic wars in boxing? They normally Mexican fighters, Latino fighters, whatever, right? So she's not looking for uh like a boxer that's going to be moving and stuff like that. So when we look at the rankings and you see a fighter that match that criteria as a slick boxer, then we probably can cross them off. So this is what we're going to take a look at, man. Just to give an idea of who she may select. All right. So we're gonna close that out. All right. So this is how I kind of just gain and look at some of the potential opponents. You know what I'm saying? Some can be a possibility. Some not. It could be somebody out the blue, but we're gonna take a look at it. Appling LD, what's good with you? Salute. You tapped in with this week, that fight week. Stephanie Hunt versus Holly Holm. Yes, great co-main event. Opportunity for Holly Holm to win another world title. Stephanie Hunt, she had a so-so performance in her MVP debut. So let's see how she can bounce back. That's a good fight, though. Definitely Mexican. I don't think Tara Brown will be the opponent for three. There you go. That's a good point. I appreciate that. Yep. That's the main point for her because Amanda Serrano dropped her WBC title and her belt won't be on the line. It really don't make sense not to fight for all three belts. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's a great point. Yes, sir. Oh yeah, no problem, bro. Yes, I'm glad you tapped in. All right, so just looking at the landscape. So this was the original fight. You know what I'm saying? And I have to say this. Erika Cruz team is working hard to keep the date. They're trying to stay on this fight. They are claiming that it's basically contamination. You know what I'm saying with the meat that they ate or the clenbuterol. They're claiming that it's under the limit, the threshold, and they're trying to fight to keep the date and stay intact. But Team Serrano is trying to move on and looking for another opponent. So I have to say that it could be a possibility that this fight still stays on. Now, as of late, we have seen guys test positive for whatever the low percentage, and the fight still happen. Matisse versus Dalton Smith. So we don't know, and we still waiting to see what's going to happen with Janabek. So it's a lot of failed PED tests in the last month or two. That's high profile. This one is not so much high profile, but it still got a little storyline behind it. So I have to make sure I add that as well. So this will take a glimpse at 126, the championship level, right? We got Nina Miki, right? She's the IBF champion out of Germany. I know she was dealing with a back issue. Not sure when she's gonna return, but I don't see her definitely taking this fight on this short notice. Now, she has fought her last two fights. She fought 12 rounds, 3 minutes against former world champion Daniela Bermudez in a pretty entertaining, no, well, pretty competitive. I say competitive. I thought Bermudez actually won the first fight, but the second fight I thought Minky won. So I think down the line that may be a fight for Amanda to unify the division because she gave up her belt to pursue the Kate Taylor fight. But I'm gonna say for this one, short notice, I don't see that happening. The logistics of it, right? She's in Germany. She coming off an injury. She probably ain't gonna fight till the first quarter of next year if she's coming back. You know what I'm saying? And then of course Tierra Brown. That's the best fight in the division. Amanda Serrano, Tierra Brown. Yo, I think we need to see that. You know what I'm saying? Some point we have to see that. Now we know Amanda Serrano is not fighting for the WBC because she want to do 3-minute rounds. So her fight on the third is a 10-round, 3-minute fight, right? So that's another issue to think about if these girls willing to fight 3-minute rounds on a short notice because they have to be in shape. They gotta be, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot go to it. But this is a fight I want to see. It's definitely not gonna happen on January the 3rd, but sometime next year I want to see whether it's for whether WBC is on the line or not. Amanda Serrano versus Tierra Brown is one of the best fights to be made in women's boxing. Like real talk, and that's the best fight in the division. So that's the championship landscape. We just eliminating the possibility of a unification. So now we're going to take a look at the rankings. So the first rankings we're looking at the WBA, right? So this is how I kind of start my process, a process of elimination, right? So you want to get rid of the ones that you know that's probably unlikely. They got a high chance, high probability of not happening. So we're gonna go off our clues, right? He said picking somebody younger than Amanda. So as we look at this, I think Sky Faison, I think she's 37. She's from Australia. Logistically, that probably don't make sense, even though she's number 2. Look at Magdalene Maglie Rodriguez. That's the one I think it is. We're gonna keep her, but to me, she fits the criteria of what Joy Maldonado was looking for. Jelena Marinovich, I mean, she's a future Hall of Famer, but she ain't never really wanted to fight Amanda Serrano, and I don't see that as a possibility now. And plus, she's older than Amanda Serrano. She's like 43. Uh, Guzman just lost a fight recently in Mexico. So I'm gonna take her off, even though she's a fun fighter, good puncher. She knocked out Ramla Ali. I would cross her off. Caroline Verri, she is actually fighting for the vacant WBC title at 130 in her next fight. She's gonna face Delphine Persoon. I think it's January the 20th. It's in January. It's on Salita's card. So I'll cross her off. Erika Cruz, of course. Emma Gongora, she came over here a couple of months and fought Tierra Brown in her first title defense, came up short. I don't think she's from France, logistically. Karis Argenstal, she's a good fighter though. Southpaw, you know what I'm saying, got the amateur background, Olympian. Um, but see, remember he was talking about Joy Maldonado was talking about wanting to go to war. I don't think you going to war with Karis. Karis gonna make that fight kind of dull. Not saying she a bad fighter, but she don't fight like that. She don't fight all action. She's a slick boxer, counter puncher. They can slow down the pace and I'll you know what I'm saying? She can outbox you. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'm gonna say no. Plus, she's with boxer. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even sure what's going on with her career. It's been stalled. The last time we seen her was against Raven Chapman earlier this year when she put on a good performance. But I'm not sure if she would be called. You know what I'm saying? Scott Nicholson is campaigning at 122. We seen her last week. She's not getting the fight. Sophie from Germany, she been inactive. You know what I'm saying? I would be surprised if she get it. She's from Germany, so yeah. And Vivian Rodriguez, she got stopped a couple of fights ago, but she is on a 2-fight winning streak. She's a young fighter, like 22. I don't think so. So out of every name on this list, the only one I'm keeping with the WBA is number 3, Rodriguez. So we're gonna take a look with the WBO and see what we can find there. Um, let me see. He said I agree. Rodriguez is the most likely opponent. That's what I'm thinking too, bro. I'm thinking it's her, and she been on a nice roll as well, so she can get back in the mix. We got more on her as well. I think you mentioned number one, the mandatory Lucretia Mazur from Argentina. She is the mandatory for Amanda Serrano in the WBO. Now, originally the WBO had a show, had a they basically allow Amanda to keep her world title at featherweight, the WBO title, but she has to fight her mandatory. So she picked Erika Cruz for this fight, her first fight back at featherweight. So maybe the mandatory can be next. But I like the idea of Mansoor getting the opportunity here because she is the mandatory. I think I'm gonna keep her. You know what I'm saying? I like her too, and she's that type of fighter that's gonna come, got that style where she's gonna stand in front of you and fight. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of movement with her. So we're gonna speak on her. He said Sophie is retired, so that's yeah, okay. Dope. I appreciate that. So yeah, definitely we take her out for sure. All right, going down the list. Caroline Vacre, no, we spoke on her. She moving up to 130 to fight for the WBC. Erika Cruz, Mariah Turner, she's interesting. She's from Australia. She just had a big win a couple of maybe last month. But like I said, logistics. She's in Australia. I mean, it probably be more simple against getting either American or like somebody from Mexico for this fight. But you never know. But I don't think she's logical in this situation. They go Magdalene Rodriguez again. So yeah, I like her. That's my front runner. Vivian Rodriguez, the Dominican fighter. She just fought. She fought last weekend as well. Sarah Mafu, no, because she already beat Sarah. Amanda Serrano already beat her. She beat Danielle Ramos already. That was her first fight fighting 3 minute rounds, and she haven't had a knockout. So when we look, it's crazy how this works out. Amanda Serrano got 31 knockouts, and you would suspect her fighting more minutes for 3 minute rounds that she would get a knockout, but she couldn't knock out Ramos. So I'm not sure what's the thing with that. Osawa, she's a Japanese fighter. Nah, I don't think so. Elizabeth Oshaba, that's interesting. She's from Nigeria. She just signed with MVP. She campaigns at 130 or 126. I don't see that for her being her first fight against Amanda. I don't see that. You know what I'm saying? I think Oshaba need maybe a welcome to MVP fight just to because we haven't seen her. She's supposed to fight early in the year. I think she was supposed to fight Melissa Parker. That would have been a good fight to welcome her to the U.S. and to Matchroom, but we haven't. I mean MVP, excuse me, to MVP. But that fight fell apart, and she was supposed to fight on the Nigerian card with Lawrence Okoli on next Sunday on the 21st. So I haven't seen her on the official announcement, so we'll see. But I don't think she would get Amanda. I don't think so because MVP can build her. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It don't make like a lot of times when you got these young fighters, they can't. They're not just going to jump straight to the top guy or the top fighter. You know what I'm saying? Sarah Liegman, she fights out of Germany, undefeated young fighter. I don't see her taking this. And then Hannah Rapp, she's an American, undefeated. I think she got under 10 fights. I would be surprised if she get the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Based on her experience and stuff like that. So it's only two. You know what I'm saying? It's only two. He said Elizabeth didn't get a visa in time for the Orlando card in August. Okay, that's good news right there. Hopefully, man, we gotta see her back because she's a great talent too. We gotta see her get an opportunity and see how she look because I think she can be in the mix at 126 or 130. All right, so here's the two. There's only two that I think is a good possibility. Here's the first one. This is the WBO mandatory for Amanda Serrano. So she's 13-4, 7 knockouts. She's a pressure fighter. You know what I'm saying? Mansour is a pressure fighter from Argentina. Is going to bring it. It's not a lot of film on her, but what I have seen, she ain't taking no back steps. So and she's younger. So based on what Jordan Maldonado was talking about, his couple of clues he gave, she meets that criteria. Now, is this the fight that's gonna happen? I'm not sure. She fought this year, so she's been active. Not a not a bad choice on this short notice. So really, you can't fault Amanda Serrano for fighting an opponent that maybe a lot of boxing fans ain't heard of. Um, Mazur, a lot of fans ain't heard of her. You got to go do some research. She been stopped twice. She fought some notable opponents, but she came up short. But she on a nice little win streak, and she became the mandatory. So we'll see. But my pick is this one, Magli Rodriguez. Let me switch the graphic though. I got you. I think it's her. I think she's the one. It really makes sense for her to be Amanda's opponent. You can see she got a lot of fights. You know what I'm saying? Damn near 40 fights. Um, she fought as high as 140. She fought Estelle Mosley at 140, fought to a draw. That's a notable name, Olympic gold medalist. She fought 35 against Caroline Dubois. She got dropped early in that fight and got outboxed and lost the decision to Caroline. So those notable names. She been in the ring with a lot of tough opponents. She beat the Dominican prospect Vivian Rodriguez earlier this year in the Dominican Republic. She like on a 4 or 5 fight winning streak, and I think this is the pick right here. To me, look, it is another interesting thing. She fought Erika Cruz like 2018. They fought to a split decision. Um, it was a split decision loss for her. So, like I said, it's I don't know. I think it's her though, because a lot of the other ones don't really make sense. And here's another interesting thing though that I think reason why she's a good choice. She just fought not too long ago. You know what I'm saying? She's been real active. So that tells me she in some type of shape to be able to make this short notice, can show up on short notice. A lot of times it's hard to pick fighters. When fighters get fights on short notice, it's usually because they already in the gym and already in shape. So if you got multiple fights in a year, that pretty much says you in some shape. You know what I'm saying? So, and she's younger than Amanda, so that meets the criteria. She's an action-packed fighter too. She's gonna bring it too. She's probably not the most skilled fighter and stuff like that, but she's tough, strong, and she gonna bring it. So that's what I think it is. Like I said, as of now, we haven't heard the official announcement of who Amanda gonna fight. I know MVP is having a big event on Friday, so I'm pretty sure something will come out. Just the media circles around there, and they got to get a move on it. You know what I'm saying? They got to get a move because Amanda is fighting. Her fight date is like what 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So this is my choice right here, and I think this is probably the pretty logical choice on short notice. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I mentioned before, it's a little tricky when you're trying to predict on a short notice, right? It's kind of tricky on that because it can be anybody. You know what I'm saying? It can be anybody based on the money they asking for, the logistics, the visa, the passport, if they in shape or not. Is she willing to accept 3 minute round? So it's a lot of shit that goes with it. You know what I'm saying? Lee Jackson in the building. What's good with you? So yeah, so this is why I like to present to everybody, just to give you guys, a thinking pattern of what you may think and what you think it could be another option. Everything is up for discussion. It's all good. So we're gonna see. The main thing is Amanda Serrano keeping her fight date and fighting in front of her fans in Puerto Rico because she kind of let them down with that incident that happened in the Nina Mickey fight. They got called off. They're playing on big UK cards in late February, March, early March. That's dope. They got the fighters to do it. I mean, Savannah Marshall, Terry Harper, Caroline Dubois, Chantel Cameron, Ebony Bridges. You got even Shannon Courtney, Ellie Scotney. I say Ellie Scotney. They got man. They can do it. Yeah, they can do it all. Yeah, yeah, and big cards too, and big fights. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Somebody was telling me that if that all female card won't do well, I think it will. It would definitely do well, and especially if Jake Paul has any type of success this Friday against Anthony Joshua. He'd basically be one of the biggest names in UK boxing. You know what I'm saying? I don't expect him to do anything with AJ, but I'm just imagine if he go viral just clipping AJ and stagger him. Bro, he won the fight. He don't gotta even win, you know what I'm saying? He get knocked out right after that. But if he buzz Anthony Joshua, bro, that's enough right there where he can put on like that he can use that and take that to the UK and promote this all women's card just based off that. If that happened, I'm just saying. But even without that, you got the best. They got the best UK fighters. You know, so they signed all of them except for I guess Katie. But Katie is basically on her way out and she's chilling right now. But they got everybody, so we'll see. And that Caroline Dubois signing, that was one of the best signings in women's boxing. What happened to Ellie Scotty on the J call? She had an injury. She had to pull out, so she'll probably be back top of the year, and they're gonna reschedule that undisputed fight with her and Maylene Flores. That's a good fight too, because Flores is an action-packed fighter that's going to press Ellie, and Ellie is one of the best fighters in boxing. She can get it, and I would like to see her eventually move up and face Amanda Serrano as well. I think she'll do good things. I'm going to be in the UK for that card, Carolina Dubois versus Terry Harper. Man, that's a good man. That's a great one. Um, yeah, that's the one. I think I would like to see. I know Terry. I think she fought twice this year. I would like to see her actually on this card on Friday, just to have a welcome, a welcome fight. And she never fought in the U.S. I don't believe, but that's a good fight. You know what I'm saying? I would do Savannah. You know what? I would do Savannah versus Shadeja Green. I'll run that back. Or Savannah versus Raquel Miller. I know Raquel Miller is getting her comeback fight. She may need one or two more fights before she's ready. But they can run that back with Shadeja and Savannah. They can run that back. That'd be cool. That was a close competitive fight. Chantel Cameron, I'm not sure about her who she can fight because I'm not sure. I think she got options maybe to go to 47. Uh, I don't know. I would love a fight with Chantel versus Michaela Mayer at 47. That'd be a dope ass fight. He said unless Jake Paul is fighting on a UK card, MVP are putting on. They won't say why you say that? Why they won't sell many tickets? Um, yeah, because see that's contrary from what I used to hear. Because they said Savannah Marshall was a bigger star than Carissa Shields. So they should be able to sell out, right? Or what I'm missing? I know they from different parts of the UK, from what I understand. Help me out. If you're from the UK, help me out. My man Alex, help me out. So Savannah is from what? She from the northern part, right? Northampton. Her and Chantel Cameron is from like the same area, right? Is Caroline Dubois where she's from London? I'm not sure. Y'all help me out. I don't know exactly where they from. But I know they from like the northeast. Chantel Cameron and Savannah Marshall. So how does that work? So do they have to fight in the northeast to sell out? Can they fight in London? How's that? Oh, for the undisputed titles. That's gonna be a good fight too. He said, "Yeah, I'll take it back." Marshall said, "Okay, okay, okay." Because what about like don't Terry Harper have like a little fan base? Where's she from? She's from the same. She from the same place as what's his damn name? Dave Allen, right? And Caroline Dubois. I don't know. I'm not sure how big she is over there, but you know, even if they can get Natasha Jonas on there, that's a big name. You know what I'm saying? She from Liverpool. I don't. So that's what I'm saying. Like I know over here, I know like it depends where you at. So like for example, Jose Ramirez in Fresno, he can sell out the Fresno. He can get you about 10K. But if you do Jose Ramirez in Vegas, he probably won't do that well. Shakur Stevenson sells out in Newark 10K plus every time he fight there. But if he goes somewhere else, unlikely. You know what I'm saying? It's not a lot of fighters in the U.S. that everywhere they go, they sell out. Like it's the big names, Tank, Canelo, whatever, right? Crawford, he does real well in Omaha. He gets you 14K in Omaha, but you know what I'm saying? In other places, he probably don't do as well. So that's why I was asking. Hartlepool, okay. Carolina DeBar is from London. Terry Harper's from Doncaster. Doncaster. Okay. So yeah, I'm trying to learn my geography in the UK because I'm I'm still learning too. So it'd be like I just say shoot they got UK they from the UK, they support their fighters better than all boxing fans. So they can go over there and sell out. And then I have a UK brother boxing brother be like nah that fight ain't gonna do well. So yeah, I'm still learning though. Ellie Scotty from London too, right? I forgot where she's from, but she's from like the London area. Bridges don't sell a lot of tickets, but Savannah Marsh. Okay, okay. You know, Ebony Bridges gonna have the the degenerates in there that's based on her, her weigh-in outfit. So that's gonna get a lot of attention. Okay, that's good to know. That's what's up. So yeah, Scotty is from London. Okay, Catford, right? Catford. Man, I be trying to remember some of that stuff, and like they got different sections, right? The Northeast, the Midlands. I know Sheffield. That's where Kell Brook is from, right? Liverpool. That's the Smith brothers. Natasha Jonas. I think Bellew from there. London. AJ. Was it South London? Yeah, West Ham. You know what I'm saying? I've been trying to, get my geography right. But yeah, it's all good. And I know on Prices from Wales. Hopefully she can return pretty soon too. Because I want to see that undisputed fight with her and Michaela. And definitely she's a good talent as well. I like to see all these fighters active, you know what I'm saying? It kind of sucks when we have these fighters have promotional issues and lose their network and we don't see them. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest thing for boxing fans. We want to see the best fighters on the regular. So that's what it is. Salute to everybody coming through, man. I'm gonna close it out. I appreciate everybody supporting the chat, coming through, and speaking the knowledge. I do appreciate it. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't. Man, tap into this boxing. We got a big week of boxing. I'll be back tomorrow. We're going to talk about and break down every fight card this week, and it's a little bit for everybody. It's going to start Tuesday, December the 16th, all the way up to Sunday, December 21st. So we got 5 days of boxing. Like I said, it's a little bit for everybody. We got world title fights. We got two cards, and we got a card in Japan on Wednesday. We got Tim Zoo coming back. We got a Pro Box card with Cardenas coming back off his good performance against Anyway. We got the Jake and AJ. But that undercard, I'm excited about that undercard. It's just a lot, man. Callum Simpson is back. Damn, it's so much boxing, bro. It's a lot of boxing. And then it's gonna close out with Okoli fighting Nigeria on Sunday. So y'all tap in, man. Nick J in the building was good. She said good stuff. I appreciate it. I think we could get a Manchester. It could be in Manchester. More dates available than London. Okay, great show, man. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate your support. Thank you guys for coming through. Yeah, Pro Box on Thursday. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Man, I'm trying to find a link for that or find a stream. I hope they put that on that top rank classics. I hope they do. But as of now, I haven't found one yet. So if when I do, I'm definitely going to share it on my community tab and make sure everybody is tapped in. Like I did last week. I don't know if you caught that, but I'm gonna start doing that more often now because we love boxing, and this is the channel for boxing. You know what I'm saying? When you come over here, we're gonna talk about boxing and what happens in the ring. All right, so I got y'all. Great show. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for what you do for women's boxing too. You know what I'm saying? I be peeping you. I appreciate it, bro. Salute to everybody coming through. I appreciate your time, and I'm out.